Hey, Rob Lane here, the Millionaire Maintenance Man. Today is December 1st. I'm going to bring you up to speed on the closing of the stucco house. Basically, what we financed against it, what I spent on it, its initial phases, what I rented the property out for, and then also the contract. We're going to talk about that as well. Remember, on my website, you do get the free forms, you do get the free contracts, you get everything else as far as everything I have in my toolbox to get you started. So if you remember, the original house, the stucco house price was $30,000. That's what I paid with a cash offer. Okay, we got the house. After we got it, it took us approximately 7 months to get this entire thing completed. Because like I said, I started out in sweatshirts, moved to t-shirts, now I'm back in sweatshirts again. So I've got a total of $30,000 in the house, $40,000 for improvements. That includes the 3 bigs: plumbing, electricity, heat and air, wood floors. We've got some new roof. You've seen the whole project. It's basically a brand new house. So this is how the financing works on this. What I do is I take, since the house appraised for $106,000, that's $114 per square foot. What I did was I borrowed $85,000, even though I had $70,000 into the initial investment. Okay, why did I borrow that additional $15,000? Because the bank will allow me to borrow that. The banks will allow you to borrow up to 80% of the home value, if that makes sense. So if the house appraised for 106, I got $85,000 out of the house. That's so I can pay back any credit cards, any material costs, overhead that I have. So that's why I sucked the $15,000 out. It's not for me to go on vacation or me to do anything like that. It still stays invested in the business. Now I put this on a 12-year note. So I've got $85,000 financed on a 12-year note. With that 12-year note, my payments are approximately $750 a month. Okay? You add on to that, which is insurance, which is about $90 per month. We're going to go ahead and round that up to $100. And then taxes on top of that is also about $100 a month as well. So the total cost on this house per month for me is $750 plus $200, so that's $950. Okay. Now I did a 2-year contract. I love it when tenants negotiate with me. This tenant actually called, and I showed the house several times. It took approximately a week and a half to lease it. I was overpriced on that particular house. And here's a lesson about marketing for you. If the house is not leasing in a fast enough pace, because usually my houses go within 24 hours. Well, this is a week and a half, and I'd shown it several times and no bites. So I'm thinking I'm out of market. We always got to remember, we all pay a different price for our shoes. There's only so much that the market will bear. That is what supply and demand comes in. So what I did was I lowered my price from $12.95 to $11.95. Then I had a tenant that wanted to sign a 2-year agreement for $11.45. They wanted to negotiate. And this happens with interviews with tenants or interviews for employees. If I have a potential employee or a potential tenant ask me more questions than I ask them, they're typically a pretty good bet. So just remember that when you're interviewing for your next job. So after all said and done, $11.45 is what I'm getting for the monthly rent. That's on a 2-year contract. Payments are $950. So you're going, Rod, that's, for a 7-month project, you're only making $200 a month off of it. So I just gave myself a $2,400 a year raise. If you look at it this way, when's the last time you got a $2,400 a year raise from your real job? Okay, that's not a whole lot of money that we're talking about, but remember, it's not about the now. I'm still a very young man. So I'm 42 right now. This house will be paid for when I'm 54. Just as we said in the past, the houses I bought in my 20s got paid for in my 30s. The houses that I bought in my 30s are getting paid off in my 40s. That's how we do it. That's building wealth. So yeah, I still have to take care of the lawn, still have to do, a few things here and there, but the house is brand new and I shouldn't have to touch it for 10 years, like I said. So that is how you create a profitability model. So everybody wants to cash flow and make a ton of money right now. Remember, like in the book, this is a long-term investment, not a get-rich-quick scheme. Those things, just like the Bradford pears that I told you, quick to grow, quick to go, that's typically the same in finances as well. So I hope you take this accounting finance lesson to the bank, and I hope it works for you in your, in the best way that it can, and I wish you a profitable day.